The original Nissan Versa was and remains to this very day one of the most disappointing cars I've ever tested. On this edition of Test Drive, we take a look at its replacement, the all-new Nissan Versa Note. The question is, does it have what it takes? The Versa Note's name brings Nissan's entry-level car into line with the rest of its siblings around the world, and so you can bet the Versa portion will be dropped to make it fully compliant. Besides, Nissan has not got a ton of equity in the Versa nameplate, so ditching it should be a no-brainer. As for the rest of it, Nissan wanted to instill more style, sharpen the level of content and technology while improving fuel economy. It's a tall order, but the Note succeeds for the most part. The interior story is a divergent one in this Versa Note. To begin with, this navigation system is very advanced. You go to your laptop, download 5 Google destinations, you can then transfer them to this head unit via Bluetooth. That means you don't have to punch the destination in on the navigation system itself. Now that is pretty heady technology for an entry-level car. Now the flip side, well, the only thing you'll find that's soft in here is what I'm sitting on. Everything else is like stone and just as appealing. The Note at 4157mm long is slightly shorter than the previous car. However, it's wider and taller and rides on a longer 2600mm wheelbase. This means it's dimensionally closer to the Ford Focus than the Ford Fiesta. In other words, it's larger than the segment norm, which means there is better than average space throughout. This Nissan Versa is actually quite roomy, with the seats in the upright position, 21.4 cubic feet. Now strangely, Nissan don't tell you how much you can fit in if you fold the seats down, but visually it's more than double. What is new is this hide and divide. In the lower position, you maximise the cargo height. If you lift it up to the top position, you've not only got a trunk within a trunk, you've now got a flat floor. Very clever. The Note features a 1.6-litre engine that produces 109 horsepower and 107 pound-feet of torque. The numbers as they appear on paper look less than inspiring. However, given the Note's 1100 kilogram curb weight, they actually do a surprisingly good job of motivating the hatchback, especially when teamed with a 5-speed manual gearbox. The Note runs from rest to 100k in 10.6 seconds and does the 80 to 120 passing move in 7 seconds flat. No, nobody's going to get bowled over by the performance, but it is up to snuff for an entry-level car. If you take the Versa Note with Nissan's second-generation Xtronic CVT, you do get very good fuel mileage. 4.8 litres per 100 kilometres on the highway and a city highway rating of 5.5. Now that's better than the competition. The question is, will consumers buy into the economy given the motorboating that occurs whenever you go to wide open throttle? When it comes to the ride and handling, the Note proved to be surprisingly light on its tyres. The suspension tuning has a very obvious European quality to the way it controls things. There is very little body roll, the steering is light and precise, and understeer only surfaces when liberties are taken. In this regard, the Note has a surprisingly sporty flavour. I did not expect it to hunker down as nicely as it did during the pylon test. I really was not a fan of the original Versa. The Versa Note, on the other hand, well, it takes some important steps in the right direction. It's comfortable, it handles very nicely, and if you can live with the CVT and its motorboating, it has great fuel economy. The bottom line, it's now a contender.